The year has been an extraordinary one for us in the White House and in the administration. Of course, President Obama's personal commitment to open and transparent government was well known throughout his political career. He often spoke about these issues on the campaign and has had a profound commitment once taking office to addressing those issues. I signed a memorandum on his first day in office instructing that government ought to be more open and transparent, setting the appropriate presumptions as we deal with these issues, and setting the tone. And really one of the themes of the first year that we've worked with this, our colleagues within government, and frankly our colleagues in the nonprofit sector. Many of the folks sitting on the panel with me today, those of you in the audience and on the internet, have worked with us over the course of the year to develop policies. I've often blogged about some of our exchanges, and there even is archival material now on the website about our webcasts and other subjects. That is part of not only do we want the results to be open, but we want the process to be open, and we really consider there to be three pillars to that. There's transparency, making it clear to folks what government is up to. There's participation, which is allowing the American people, experts and ordinary folks alike, to participate in the decision we make. And there's collaboration, which really in some ways is the most powerful of the three virtues, because it combines the first two. Not only are we transparent about what we're doing, not only do we allow folks to participate, but there is a back and forth and working together in an open and transparent way, which is why I am, notwithstanding the tough questions that we sometimes get, not my first appearance in this room, and we consider it a part of the job, frankly, to have these dialogues. We had a long talk on the President's State of the Union speech with over 200 openness and transparency advocates earlier this afternoon from all over the country. By conference call, we had questions, we had a good back and forth, and every day are trying to really have folks participate and collaborate. What have the results of that been in the first year? There has been a vast array of concrete steps, actions, commitments that have been taken to begin the process, and it really is. The President reflected on this last night. Change is not easy. We really view ourselves as having begun the process, having gotten off to a good start. My allotted time does not permit me to enumerate the entire list. I will just touch on some of the highlights. For me, the decision to put the White House Waves records, the White House visitor access records, on the internet. Of course, all information in government that is not national security protected or protect for some of the other values. Transparency and openness is an important but not an absolute value. I think everyone would agree on that. There is a great deal of information that has been of interest to the American people, and my colleagues, Nish Chopra and Vivek Kundra, Cass Sunstein, Beth Novik, who are responsible themselves for various initiatives, and we all work together on the overall direction of the program, have really put a vast array. I invite everybody to look at data.gov for a sampling, or to look at our Open Government Initiative webpage, or the report that we issued on the occasion of the Open Government Directive. But the White House visitor access records are one of the more significant of those. There are no visitors in the federal government who are more assiduously studied or of more interest to the American people, both immediate and long-term historic interest, than the visitors to the White House, because of the centrality of the White House and the importance, of course, the president's role as the head of the executive branch. Previous administrations had fought in court for years to withhold just a handful of visitor records, and we are now at the end of this. At the end of this month, we'll put up our next batch. Tens of thousands of records are already up and will go up again month after month. We put them up at the end of every month. For those reasons, and because of the symbolic importance of the president starting with himself, saying, I will lead by example, it really was a historic milestone in openness and transparency in government. And so that is a highlight. Folks sometimes asked, and there were articles on both sides of this week, well, it's a good start, but why haven't you done more? For example, why haven't you resolved every piece of FOIA litigation the way you resolved the Waves litigation? Of course, the answer is that we have limited bandwidth. It takes a long time to turn the battleship. We do think we're doing that. We are working our way through the issues. We think, on moving very quickly to FOIA, that the tail of the tape, as I blogged earlier this week, is showing that improvement in that the number of FOIA cases, DOJ's preliminary statistics demonstrate, are down. The number of voluntary releases in whole or in part are up. And you're starting to see a change. Those are objective criteria. Subjectively, I talk to folks across government, including the FOIA officers, and I believe there is a strong desire there to implement the president's policies, and we are working towards that. That will take time, but there is good progress there. Two of the issues that Gary referenced, the groups got together and provided us with your very valuable report on openness and transparency that in the presidential transition that we've used since. On classified information, the president has issued an executive order, as most of you probably know, establishing the National Declassification Center and otherwise reforming the classification process. He's done that both in the executive order and the accompanying memorandum that he issued with it. And the president has commissioned and received a report on controlled unclassified information, CUI, SBU, sensitive but unclassified information, and has instructed his staff to study that, to create an executive order, and to be forward-leaning on transparency issues in doing that. And the final initiative that I'll touch on is the Open Government Directive. A lot of good collaboration with folks on that subject. The suggestions, again, can be seen on our Open Government Initiative website. And we're in the process of beginning that. We intentionally picked a very early, very ambitious date to have agencies release high-value data sets, both to really get into the swing of the president's initiatives. We're proud of that. We learned some lessons in the process. In all of this, we're kind of inventing the airplane as we fly it. So this spirit of transparency that we've embarked upon, it really is unprecedented. No administration, I think, has ever done anything like this. So we learn as we go, but we were proud of that release and are now looking forward to the other milestones under the Open Government Directive, in particular the open government plans that the agencies are going to issue that will be the blueprint for openness in the years ahead. We've learned a lot of very valuable lessons, and we're going to implement them as we carry the president's policies forward this year and in the years to come.